to wait for a little while or we can get started?
Yes, Sagar, I think we can now start.
Awesome. So I've started the recording as well of this session. So if anyone want to share to anyone, then we will share the link as well after some time. The session is over. Okay, let's get started. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining today's session. I am your host for this session. My name is Sagar, and I'm currently closely working with the Gurgaon Developer Group as a volunteer. And today we have with us Ankush Agarwal, an awesome speaker from the community, and he will be sharing his experience on the flow to all of us. And this will be a hands-on workshop. Ankush is currently working as a senior software developer in Amway, Malaysia, and he is an expert in the flows as well as in many other aspect of Salesforce. So in this series, he will be sharing um, from beginner level to an advanced level what one has to learn and what one can learn from the flows to help and automate their business processes. Also, the key thing is he will be targeting a lot many different aspect of how you can crack the interviews. There will be a numerous minute detail which are there being asked in the interviews and which will be given and shared in the current series. So thank you, Ankush, for for giving this this way for the entire community so that they can actually know flows and learn from you. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, so the group leader of Gurgaon Developer Group is Vishal Saraswat. He is 3 into certified. And thank you, Vishal, for hosting this workshop and on all your initiatives. So his LinkedIn and Twitter are mentioned there. So guys, I really request everyone to connect and share the network with each other. This will be a very wonderful experience in coming 2021 and the upcoming years to connect with everyone and share and educate all of us, right? So everyone has some sort of expertise, and if you want to share it across, then Gurgaon Developer Group and is the way, and you can share all what you know, what you think that will make a big change in the community. So these are the different ways you can connect with the Gurgaon Developer Group, and you will get all the different updates about the upcoming workshops, upcoming sessions, and there are very exciting sessions and series planned for beginner to advance, and you will get a chance to win a lot of cool swags and certification vouchers. Let's go to the next slides. Okay, so guys, we have started this new initiative that is totally on the workshop, and the reason behind it is very simple. A lot of webinars are there, a lot of knowledge articles, knowledge material is out there for everyone to learn, right? But there is always a need of workshops and a heavy need of workshop because when we are working in the live environment or during the interviews or during when we are actually trying to learn something new based on what exactly will be done when you are working for a college like college student or someone who's actually going into into the Salesforce, then they definitely need a workshop initiatives because through this they will be able to learn by actually a hands-on experience, and they can give their inputs and ask their queries, right? Because when you do, you learn a better way than when you hear, right? So this is a new initiative and a lot of different series have been planned and it will be shared across to you. So those who have not subscribed to the Gurgaon Developer Group pages, social network, please guys, please do connect with us. So the main aim of arranging the hands-on is to help everyone. Uh, Vishal, can you just minimize your videos? On the yeah, it's visible. I don't know why it is visible in the Zoom. It's not supposed to. That's what it happens in Zoom. So the main aim for arranging the hands-on XP workshop series is to help each and everyone in the Trailblazer community so that they can get good hands-on practice in a topic by which they can master himself or herself. So a small quote from the slide itself saying that this will be very helpful for a lot many of us. And in this series, in this initiative, we have started this new series, and today is the series, the inauguration and the first session on the series, that is Flow Everywhere. So it will be a series consisting of learning flows from a beginner level to an expert level, and you guys can participate, get benefit out of it, and we are looking for support about our initiative. So you guys please do check the link which is there in the Trailblazer community, related to this session. You will get a lot of details how you can participate in this workshop, and you will get a chance to win a certification voucher and a lot of cool swags. So that will happen, and as well as you will learn a lot of things about flows. And trust me, once you are done with the flows and you have 100% given yourself in the flows, you will be an expert in the in the lightning flows. So we will be more than happy if you take a part in our initiative and support us throughout this venture. Thank you so much, guys. So that's all from my end. I won't be wasting all rest of your time, and I will be just uh, you know passing the controls to Ankush. So Ankush, thank you so much again. I am just passing to you. Over to you, man.
Okay. Thanks, Sagar, for sharing all the information. And hello, all. Thanks for joining this session. So, today we'll talk about the flows. So, let me share my screen first. Okay, just give me a minute.
Sure. And meanwhile, guys, if anyone has any queries, anything they want to raise it across, you chat box, chat box. It's chatbot is some a tongue twister right away. So chat box is available, and please guys feel free to put the your queries related to this initiative, related to the series, how you can participate if you have any doubt, and any other queries. And once the session will be started, any question which comes into your mind, just push it across to the chat box, and we will be I will be more than happy to answer you. As well as networking is the key, guys. Please do connect with each other as well as to us. Um, Trust me, networking is the key. It will help us to know each other and connect with each other, and as well as we will, we can help each other whenever we need, and help each others as well, right? That's the main target, right? What we know, we have to share, and that's what I think life is all about. The karma is all about.
Hello guys. So for your questions which you are asking, do we have to create a new developer or how you can share your credentials? We would like to request you that in the session we will share all the details with you. Then that how you can share your credentials. We will share a form with all of you so that you can put all of your details in that form, and then you need to submit the form.
Sorry, guys. I'm having some issue with sharing the screen. Just give me 2, 3 minutes.
No worries, Ankush. Take your time.
Yeah, sure, Ankush.
So this will be around, a tentative of 1 hour, guys. And if you want to have grab a coffee, you can in the meanwhile. or a tea or whatever, because this is Sunday morning, and nowadays Sunday mornings are more blues than Mondays.
Till that time, when Ankush is facing problems, let me share my screen and let everybody knows the rules of the series so that they can clear what we are doing in this series. Sagar, let me know if you can see my screen.
I can see your screen. Yep.
Okay. So as you know, we are back with a series of sessions on flows, which is starting from today. It is a hands-on workshop series in which we are covering from beginner level to advanced level, in which the Ankush will try to cover each and everything so that you can master yourself in the flows. It is a step by step. He is trying to cover an application, which is a step by step application. We will do a hands-on assignment on application, so you get a chance to win Salesforce certification voucher. And the rules for winning Salesforce certification voucher is that you need to sign up and create a new account on Salesforce and need to share the credentials with us on that Google form. I have I got various questions from all of the attendees that how they can share the credentials. So the thing is that we will share a Google form with each and everyone in next couple of minutes when Ankush is ready to give you his session. So in the meanwhile, we will share a Google form with all each and everyone. So you can provide each and everything that was presented in the form and submit to us. And to before submit the credentials, you need to work on that. The thing is, the reason behind this that if you try to submit the credentials to us and we face the problem in logging in, then we are not able to check that is your assignment get submitted properly or you have completed properly or not. So we are unable to check the that you have completed it or not. The reason behind that for uh, asking the credentials from your side is that we are doing a hands-on assignment and we want each and everyone support in that. So you need to work on the assignment, and if you work on the assignment then it would be great for you also. And we are providing the certification voucher so we can do a check your assignment that you have completed or not. And each and every session will give you a points on in that series. Means we are mainly focusing on 4 sessions and we are planning for one more sessions which we will discuss in a later few minutes. So in each and every 4 sessions you will get points regarding the assignment. So if you complete your assignment then you will be get points, and the top two attendees, the top two winners will get the Salesforce certification voucher. Means the higher your points, higher your chances to getting the Salesforce certification voucher. You need to attend all the sessions, as the thing is that each and every session has the points. You need to complete the assignment as soon as possible and submit it to the Salesforce org for which you have shared the credentials with us. So the reason behind that, as soon as you complete, you will get more points. And there is no you need to complete as well. If you submit your assignment but it is not completed, then it would be not easy for you to get Salesforce certification voucher, but your points will be considered. So the thing is that you need to complete the assignment as soon as possible. As soon as you submit, you will higher your chances of winning Salesforce certifications. You need to share your love for Gurgaon Developer Group. As we have mentioned in the slide, that we are starting this kind of initiative, and Ankush is doing a- Ankush is doing a various efforts in making the series as an awesome series. He's giving all your efforts, so we are looking for each and everyone's support so that we can make the series an awesome one. Two winners will get Salesforce certification voucher in the series. So this is the rule for the Salesforce certification voucher. And apart from that, we are giving a swag for each and every supporter, means two supporters. So you need to post on LinkedIn and Twitter with the following series, which we have mentioned the Twitter handles. You need to attend all sessions. As higher you post, you are making your chances of winning swags. As in the last session of the series, we are doing an surprise game in which the two winners will get the swag. It is a transparent game. We are not doing any kind of thing. It is the game will be played in front of you. So this is the thing which we want to demonstrate with you on front of you. So this from my side.
Yeah, Vishal, let me try one more time.
Vishal, can you make him a co-host? Ankush was dropped and then he
Yeah, sure,
rejoined.
sure.
Yeah, okay.
Ankush, can you please try it once again?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay. Sorry, guys, for the inconvenience. Okay. Um, okay. Thanks for the patience. Let me brief you about myself. So, I am having around more than 12 years of IT experience. So, I worked on multiple technologies, but from last 4 to 5 years, I'm working on Salesforce. So currently, I'm working as a senior Salesforce developer, and I am quite active on Answers community from last 1 year. And I have answered around more than 4,000 questions, and with the more than 800 best answers. So I have been in the top 15 from last 9 months, but in last few 1 or 2 weeks I could not able to answer, so right now I am not in on the leaderboard. Yeah, so that's all about myself, and this is my LinkedIn profile and Twitter profile and Trailblazer profile, so you can connect with me regarding any queries or anything. Okay, so last year, from the Salesforce, I got this appreciation for my active participation in the answering the questions and helping Trailblazers in their problems. So uh, this one I achieved last in May 2020. Okay, so today we'll talk about Salesforce Flow, and we are coming up with it's a series. So we have 4 sessions. So actually, we have distributed them in the 4 different sessions. So because the flow are having multiple features which can be utilized in different scenarios. So first of all, today we are going to get a live demo of ScreenFlow, like in which condition we need to use ScreenFlow, or what are all the features available which can be utilized while working on the ScreenFlow. So that we are going to discuss today in today's session. In next session, we'll be more talking about the schedule trigger flow, which I will explain later, like what it is about and how to use it. And in the third session, we'll discuss about the after save, before save, and like before delete. So it's quite similar to the Apex triggers, but it has some limitations with it. So we'll talk about it in session 3 and the details. And the session 4 is of auto launch flow and its uses. So in which scenario we need to use auto launch flow, and what are all the activities or actions we can perform with the auto launch flow. So this is all about the 4 sessions. Okay, so next is today's agenda. So today we'll talk about what is flow, different type of flows. Then we'll have a demo of screen flow. Then we'll give you an assignment for you just to perform the hands-on, and based on that, we'll decide like the means for the all the 4 cumulative sessions. We'll give assignment in each of the sessions, and whatever, like for today we'll give assignment based on the screen flow, and in the next session we'll discuss about it, and meanwhile you need to work on it, and whosoever will give it first and with the accurate information, so we'll consider them as the top performer, and at the end of the this series we'll give the certifications as well. And at the end we can have a Q&A session where you can ask any queries or questions, so we'll try to answer those questions at the end of the session. Okay. So Salesforce Flow, it's an automated tool which is used to simplify the complex processes, and it's you can say it's just an alternate of like workflow rules or process builders or even the Apex triggers. So whatever currently we are working on, working with the, we are achieving with the process builder or workflow rules, or with even with the Apex triggers. So as you are aware, like for Apex triggers you must be having the knowledge of Apex language, and you must be a developer. So with the flow, although there are some limitations, but still we can achieve lot many things with just this flow. So flow is basically, it just collect the data and do perform the action based on the data and as per the requirement. So it's just this flow can be built with the flow builder, and flow builder is just a tool where like it's a declarative tool, and here there we can just drag and drop and just define the properties of those particular elements. So it's just a tool where you just need to drag and drop and just define the things there. So instead of writing the code or writing the logic, we can just use the elements which are easy to use. Okay, so next is like we have different type of flows. First of all, we have like screen flow, and in screen flow it's like where we need to create a screen. So in our different objects, like for account, contact, all, for we have default screen, but let's suppose I need to combine a particular screen. I need a screen where I need to input multiple details from different objects, and just create one particular screen where I can add details related to account, contact, and case. So if we want such type of functionality, we can achieve it with the screen flow. Then schedule flow is like we can perform some specific operations on a specific time. Let's suppose every week we need to clear out some data, like we have to archive some data. So we can do it either weekly, monthly, or even we want to run a particular flow for a one-time job. Like I want to just update some specific information for a particular time period, we can achieve it with the scheduled flow. Then the third one is the record trigger flow, where actually, as its name suggests, record trigger flow. So whenever we add any record to the database, or we can just add like account record, or we can create contact. So after that, we want to perform some operation, then it can be achieved with the record trigger flow. So it's quite similar to Apex triggers, where we can just perform additional operations with the creating a record or updating the record. Next one is auto launch flow. So in this auto launch flow, we can perform a specific operation, and we can call this auto launch flow from either from the Apex class, or After Apex class means from a particular screen on the back end, we have custom controller. In that particular controller, if you want to trigger some flow and we want to perform some operation with the flow, that we can achieve it with the auto launch flow. Then the next is we having platform event trigger flow. So whenever we receive any messages on the platform event, so for that also we can create a flow and we can just define like what action need to be performed. Okay, so we'll go one by one in the detail in the next sessions. So in this session, first of all, we'll be going with the live demo where this is a sample screen where what I'm going to do is I'll just create like a sample screen where I will have the company information and contact information. So I'll just create a page where I can store account and contact detail at the same time, and we'll go further in the detail in the demo session. Okay, so I'm just starting with the demo. Okay, so just to go to the flows, first we have to go to the setup, and then you have to type here flows and just click on the flows. So this particular screen will open for you. Okay, and here when we click on the new flow, so a new tab will open for you, and here you can see the all different type of screen flows. Means screen flow, record trigger flow, all the different type of flows are available here. And along with that, there are some predefined templates are there, which also you can use whenever you require. So some predefined like reset password, create a case. So some predefined flows are given by the Salesforce. So you can utilize them as well if it matches with your requirement. Okay, so currently I'm just selecting the screen flow. And then so there are two type of we have tools to build a flow. One is the freedom and the auto layout. So auto layout is still in the beta version. So let me show you this one first. So we generally what happens like we have this pan on the left side, so where we have all the tools which we can use here. So but in this auto layout we just have to click on the add element and we can add all the elements here. So for now I'm not going to use this one because it's in the beta version. And if I go to this, there are two tabs in the left side. If you see, one is manager and second is element. Okay, so we have different type of elements here. One is like interaction. So as its name suggests, like if user intervention is required or any interaction with the user, like we need to have a screen on.
Um,
So
here,
yeah.
Ankush, sorry to interrupt. I guess there are some issues with the screen. Even I'm not able to see it, like the
Okay, sorry.
yeah, yeah. No,
Mhm.
no worries. It might be some network
Mhm.
issues. So yeah, I'm sorry. Can you just do a 5 minutes back and then
Sure,
come with the topic again?
sure. Definitely.
Okay, it means like
Okay,
searching
so.
actually and then showing it. I think people missed it from say going to setup screen and putting flows into the quick
Mhm.
find. I think people
Okay.
that part from there. Okay.
So
Sorry,
is
Ankush.
it
Sorry for that. It might be some
no, no,
network
no,
issues. I'm going on
no
mute. Yeah.
problem, no problem. So is it visible? My screen is visible now.
Yeah, yeah, it's absolutely visible. Yeah.
Okay, so currently I'm in the Salesforce org, and in the setup, you can search here with the flow. So here we just can click on the flows, and you will see this screen where like all the existing flows will be available. And just to create a new flow, we just have to click on the new flow button here. And when we click on this button, we have like five different type of flows. So one is like screen flow.
Okay. Did you click on the new flow because the pop-up didn't work?
Oh, is it? It's not visible, is it?
Yeah, yeah, I can't see the pop-up. Yeah, and I'm seeing the messages that they cannot see the pop-up when you clicked on the new flow.
Uh, okay, let me share my screen one more time. Sorry.
No worries, Ankush.
My screen is visible now.
Yeah, we can see it now. It's we can see the new flow, so it's good. I think you have shared
Okay.
a respective screen, and now you have shared the entire window. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
fine. Okay, thanks, Ankush. Sorry, yeah, I'm going on
yeah.
mute, guys, and
Yeah, sorry for the this confusion. Okay, so we have five different types here for this. So first today we'll talk about screen flow, and so first you have to select which type of flow you want to create, then just click on the next button. So we have two type of layouts here where we can create the flows. So this one is free form, and the second one is auto layout, where it's in the beta version. So currently I'm just showing you this free form. So here we can define the position of the elements, like where, let's suppose we have, okay, so first of all we have like different type of elements here. So if you see for data, we have four type of like elements. One is for creating the record, then updating the record, or we want to fetch the details from the database, like from the records if we want to fetch, and if we want to delete the record. And for logical operation, like whether if we want to assign some value to a particular variable, or we want to take some decision, so it's just like an if else. So if a condition is true, then we want to perform something, or if it falls. So, and the third one is the loop. So if we want to perform some operation in a loop, so we can use loop as well. And for interaction, we have three type of interactions here. So like screen interaction, where like user can input the values, and it can be modified by the user. And action is like just for an example, if you want to send an email to the user, or some particular group, that notification need to be sent. So such type of actions can be performed from this flow. Okay, so first of all, we just have to drag and drop here to create a screen. Okay, so currently I am in the uh, pre-release org, where like additional features are available. Although this Spring 21 is planned on the 12th of February, so I suspect like you must be having all these options here. So for your information, like this is a new feature where like we can differentiate the screen into multiple columns. Like generally in our normal new, whenever we create a new record, so we have like two column layout is there by default. So but earlier in flow we can create only single page, we cannot create in the multiple columns. So this is a new feature, so although it's in beta version. So let me show you, like first of all, you just have to drag and drop here this section. So here you can add columns, like you want this screen to be bifurcated into So as I displayed you in this demo, so here we have two columns, like first one is for company information and second is for contact details. Okay, sorry, I cannot go back. Okay, yeah. So here we have like I just created two columns here. And just to make it similar to whatever we have in our requirement, so first we have to add display text, which will be just like an heading of this particular screen section. So here we will just write like company information. And you just have to make sure that you provide API name for all the elements or all the variables which you use here. Otherwise, it will give an error when you try to save it. Okay, so I'm just giving this as a company header. Okay, and we can define the color as well. Okay, okay, sorry, I haven't selected it. Okay, and you can change the alignment as well. Okay, similarly, the second section we're going to create for contact information. So first we'll change it 16. Contact details. Okay, and this one is contact header. Okay, so you just have to make sure that you provide API name. And similarly, like the screen header, so what you want to display on the header of your screen. So it's just like we company and contact details. Okay, so API name will appear automatically. Now in company information, we want to, first of all, we want to have the company's name or account name. You can say account name. And we'll mark it as required. So here we have multiple like attributes of this particular. First one is the label, then API name, which we'll be using in the like next further action or whatever we want to perform for this company name. We want to use it further. Or if you want to define some default value, you can enter here. And another thing is here, one more thing, that validate input. So let's suppose I want a company name in a specific format. So you can provide it's just similar to the validation rule, like what error message you want and what formula you want to apply. So that also you can perform here. So you need not to make the validation rule. Instead of that, you can just validate here itself. So user will get error on the screen itself, like it's not in the required format. So that also we can perform here. And here, if you want to add a help text to give better understanding to your user, so you can add that help text also over here. Okay, the next component we'll add is as the phone number. Okay, so we can mention as company phone number. And yeah, for the API names, there should not be any space. So otherwise it will give an error to you. Okay. Then again, you can define like different values over here, whether it's required or read only or. Okay, the next one is we are going to add here as a pick list. Okay, so for pick list, actually, we want to add here the rating of the company, like what is the rating. Company rating, and what type of text is, whether it's a text number or which type of data type is, so you can define that as well. And here you need to take care of the choices, like what are all the, because it's a pick list, so you can define like what are all the valid values are there. So for that purpose, there are two different options. Either you have to define like your values here one by one, add different choices, or second option is new resource. Okay, so new resource is actually it's just like a variable. Whenever we want to add a new variable, here it is called as a new resource. Okay, so here we have different type of variables. Either we can create some formula if you want to use some formula, or a simple variable just like we create in our Salesforce, or a constant we can define. But here for now we need a pick list choice set. So we'll define, we'll select as a pick list choice set, and we can name it as ACC rating. Okay, so account rating, and we can select from which object you want to select the pick list. So as we are aware, like on account object, we already have a pick list named as rating. So it is by default like the standard field, rating field. And along with that, you can define the order as well, whether you want it default order or ascending or descending, which you can define here. So now I created a new variable, which is ACC rating, and whatever values available for ACC rating will be able to have it here. Okay, so earlier it was showing error over here, and now since we have selected a choice, like what will be the input value for this one, so that's why the error has gone now. Okay, now we'll select for the contact information. So for contact, we'll get the name details, like contact's first name. So first name. Okay, it is also required for us. Then again, so here in the flow, the best part is you just have to drag and drop, and all the like other information like the position and what are all like the spacing, everything will be taken care by this flow itself. And then the next is last name. Okay, we are not marking it as required. Then we just need email information of the contact. So we'll just add email over here. Okay, and we have provided API name as contact email. So as I mentioned, API name is mandatory. So okay, by default, for if you notice, like label is by default email, and similarly for phone, it was by default phone. So you need not to mention label for these things. Okay, so now we are done with the screen, and we just created a layout. And now I will attach it to this one. Okay, so I'm just saving it, and we can provide it name is company info screen flow. Okay. So store company and contact information. Okay, there are some advanced features also available. So although generally we do not require to use it, but in case if you want to use it, so here you can define like how you want to run the flow, whether you want it to be in the user or system context, or if you want it to be like without sharing or with sharing. So you can define here like how you want it to be run. So based on your requirement, you can change it. And like its type is ScreenFlow API version 51. And if you want to actually interview label is like whenever you this flow will run, so there will be one particular interview context will be created for a flows. So you can define, you can change the name of the that interview. So interview is basically it will give you the details about that flow, whether it was successful or is there any error or something. So those details can be achieved with the interview. So we'll go on those interviews, flow interview in the future sessions. So for now, I'm just saving it. Okay, so after saving it, we have like different buttons. Run is there, debug is there, or activate is there. Or if you want to save as is just if we want to create a new version or any just clone of it. So a run is just like if you want to try and run it. So if you want to see how it will be look like, so you can see here, since we haven't performed any operation, so it will just display us the page here with all the details like company name, the company information. So we can, so as you remember, like for pick list, we have attached it with the account rating field. So by default, we are having like hot, warm, and cold, these three information over here. Okay, so this is just a layout, but as we haven't finished our flow, so now we want to perform operation with this data. So as I have like company information, so I just want to validate whether this account is already exist or not. So what I will do, I will use get records because I want to check whether this particular account is available or not. So what I will do, get account. Okay. So we can provide the description. So in future, if anybody wants to work on it, he'll be having all the information with. So fetch account based on company name. Okay, so since we are trying to create record on account, so we'll select account here in object, and here we can filter the record based on our requirement. So here multiple conditions are there. Either we want like multiple conditions, then we can use either or we can create the custom logic as well. So as per our requirement. For now, I'll be just checking with the name, account name, whether account name is equals to. So here you can see different sections. So global constants are there, pick list, choice set which we created, rating is there, but we want to compare it with the screen component, which is company name. So what I'm doing here, I'm searching for an account which is having name as company name. And you can create this, define the sorting. So for now, I'm just trying to fetch only first record if it's available or not, and automatically store all the fields. So if you want to fetch only a specific value, and then you can select the different options here. So for now, I'm just fetching first record, and only the records will be data will be stored automatically. So okay, then just you have to done with it. Okay. There is some error. Okay, yeah. This error was because I haven't entered the company name here. Now it is there. So it will allow us to save it. Now we'll connect it with the, so once we'll just complete our screen details, and it will just go to the get records and try to fetch the records from the database. And then now we have to take the decision whether this account is already available or not. So what we will do, check account record, whether it's available or not. So here we will define like, this is the default outcome. So based on the condition, let's suppose, first of all, I will define the condition. So So what happens whenever we use get record? So account from get account. So this is a default variable which will be created by the flow itself. So we need not to create any variable to store the details from the get records. So this will be the particular variable which can be used. And here we will validate the ID, account ID. Okay, so here you can see account ID. So get account ID if it is whether it's null or not. So let's suppose if we say, yeah, it's null. So here we have global constant true. So it null means that record is not available. So account is not available. Okay. So label we can define so we can understand, okay, if account is not available, what needs to be performed. So by default, this will be the else part of this condition. So else part is account exist. Okay, so there are two conditions. One is account is not available. For that, we are checking whether the account ID is null or not. So if it is null, then account is not available, and another other case is account exists. Okay, so again we'll connect it with the decision box. So in the decision box, as we have seen, there are two conditions. One is whether account is available or not. So if let's suppose that particular company information is not available in our org, so what we will do, we'll just create a record. So we'll just drag and drop this create record and we'll name it as create account. And if you want, you can provide the description as well. And how many records you want to create. So for now, we'll just create one record. And how do you want to set it up? So use all the values from a record, or you want to define a separate resources. So I will currently, I'll just define the separate resource here. And since I want to create it on the account object, so I'll be just selecting as account. Then as we have stored three type of values, first is name. So account name will be from the screen. So first we have to go to the screen component section and company name. Then add another field which is rating. Okay, so rating will be, so again we have to go to the screen section and select company rating. Then the third information is the phone number. So we'll store into phone number, and again we go to the screen section and select company phone number. And since company phone number can be have like whether it's a read only value or required, or there are multiple things, so we just want to select its value. So what is the phone number, actual phone number will be inside value. So you just have to make sure for other values you are just selecting directly the fields, but for phone number you have to select the phone number dot value. Otherwise it is not going to be the valid value for you, and it will give you an error. Okay, so we have stored it all three values, and now we are done with this create records, and we'll just attach it with this one, and we have to select what will be the outcome when we want to create a record. So we have two options here, whether account exists or account is not available. So since create record will happen only when the account is not available, so we'll click on it and just select it. Okay, now the next one is now since we have already created the account, now we are going to search for the contact. So we'll go and again we'll be using get records, and we'll get contact information. Get contact. Okay. So this time we'll be searching on the contact record, contact object. And here we'll be searching on the first name. First name should be equal to, again, the screen component, which is first name. Okay. Now we'll add the last name as well. last name, which should be equal to last name. If both are matching, then only we'll be considering it as a duplicate contact. So we just don't want to create any duplicate record. So that's why we are just comparing it with the two fields. So here we are using and. If we will use or, so in that case, either first name or last name will match, it will consider as a record is available over there. So for now, we'll be creating as a and condition over here. And so whenever you use get records, so just make sure if you are creating multiple conditions, so you are selecting the correct one, whether it's and or you want to customize the logic. So you just have to make sure that you are selecting the correct condition requirement from here, and then we'll click on the done. So since we have created the account, then we'll be checking for the contact detail over here. And then if account is already available, then we'll go directly here. Okay, now account exists, then it will check for. Similarly, now again we have to check for contact also, whether the contact record is available or not. So we'll add one more decision block and check for contact. Okay, so Sagar or Vishal, so is it like fine, or should I go fast? Or
Yep. It is fine for me. So guys, all the participant, please do let us know if it is going fine or you want to get it a little slow.
Yeah, Ankush,
Mhm.
you can
Awesome.
ask the question with the attendees. Like if you are going fast, they can say yes or no to share means you can proceed with that. Means you can ask all the question with the attendees that you are fine
Okay.
with that pace or not.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
yeah, the attendees can ask yes, you are fine, or no, you need to slow your speed.
Mhm. Okay.
Yep. Good suggestion. Okay. Yeah, it is good. I guess everyone has replied. All is going good. Well informed. Everything is
Okay.
very well explained. Awesome. Ankush,
Okay.
please proceed.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for confirmation.
Thank you.
Yeah. So again, like again, as I explained last time, we have like two things. First one is as a decision block. First, we need to provide the condition. So for this one, uh, mm, yeah. So we have this record variable contact from get contact, and we want to check again the ID for this contact ID. Uh, you can check any other field based on your requirement. Since we are just checking whether contact is available or not, so I'm just checking for the ID whether it's null or not. Okay, similarly, I'm just selecting the true. Is it null? Means contact is not available. Okay, now the second condition will automatically convert into contact exists. Okay, so again, we'll connect it with this decision box to make it into the flow. And similar way, if contact is not available, we have to create new record. So create contact. Then here we have to select like just now we are creating only one record, so we'll select one. Then we'll
Ankush, I
be
had a question actually.
Mhm. Yeah,
So, in
please.
that, how many records to create? What if we
Mhm.
select people? Will it create the same, multiple records with the same data, or like how?
Yeah, yeah. So actually, if you will create, if you will select multiple, so you can see here only we have one option, which is record collection. So you have to select record collection over here. Otherwise, it will not allow you. So what happens, like we have a loop over here. So if let's suppose I want to create 10 contacts for a particular account. So what I will do in a particular loop, I will create a record collection variable. And at the end of the loop, I will just select that particular record collection variable here, and it will create the 10 records for me. So we'll cover that part in our next session, where
Sure.
we'll be using the different scheduled flow. So in
Thank
that
you.
part, we'll go with that different options. So whatever we are not covering, we'll be covering in our next section, most of the things. Otherwise, you can ask also if we skip any part, so you can have your queries also.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, most welcome. Okay, so now again, I'm selecting the separate resources because we are on the screen. So, and we have like different variables over here. So I am just creating a record for contact. So you have to select object. Then as you remember, we have like first name. So from screen section, we have to select first name, this one, then add field last name, then we have email. Okay, again, we have to go to the screen section and select the contact email. Yeah, this one. And here, similar to the phone number details, again, we have to select a value of that particular email. Okay, so since if you remember, like we are creating account and contact together. So if I select here account, but I don't have actually account number over here, specific details with me, because let me explain you why. For now, I'm just storing these three, and we can save the phone number as well. So it will be similar to the phone number, which is account, because this contact is related to that particular account. So we'll be using company's phone number. Okay, so the both the parties will have the same phone number. Okay, so first of all, I'm just connecting it with this decision block. And again, contact is not available, then only I'm going to create a record. So I'm just selected it. Now, as I mentioned, like this contact must be connected with the account. And here, if you see, we are checking first of all in the records whether the account is available or not. Otherwise, we are creating a new record. So we don't have, as of now, we may get account ID from this one or this one. So what we can do, we can create a new variable. So you just have to go to the manager and create new resource. Okay, and we'll create a resource type of variable, and we'll name it as new account ID. So because we need to, we must be having account ID to connect it with the contact. So we just store account ID in it, and it should be text as a type of text. And as you just asked, like multiple values. So here generally what happens, we can select this one. So what will happen, it will be just like array, and we can store multiple account IDs in it. Or if we want to have some other record, like record, so it will and we click on it, so it will store multiple records of that particular object. So as I selected record, automatically object is there. So for now, I'm just storing account ID in it, and I'm not selecting this account multiple values over here. And in some of the flow types, we can use it as available for input or available for output. For this, for now, we doesn't require any input value or output value, so we are not selecting it. But in next session, I'll explain this uses of this, and we'll try to use it in our next session. Okay, for now, I'm just created a new variable. And what I will do, I will just use the assignment. And okay, I'm just putting it aside first. So just update new account ID. Okay, and new account ID. I will select new account ID, and then I will so here you can see account ID from create account. So from create account, we'll just use the account ID and we'll store it into this new account ID. Okay, and I'm done with this. So I just have to remove this. So you just select this arrow key, just delete it, and just put it between these two. So after creating, first of all, we'll assign it to this particular new variable, and then we'll go to check for the contact. And similarly, we'll need one more assignment. I'm just putting it here. Sorry. Update existing account ID. Okay, and again, new same variable, but this time it will be from account from get account. Okay, and it will be ID, this ID. Okay, so from get account, I'm just fetching ID and storing into new. But this I will do only when account exists. So I'm just deleting it for time being, and I'm inserting this one over here. I will connect it with this one, and this has to be connected with this. Okay, so what I did, if account already exists, then I use the existing ID from this get account. And if it is new, then I'm just updating this new account ID here in assignment. So now I have account ID with me. So what I will do, I will just go here and add account ID as well. So what will happen when this contact will get created? So it will be attached to the account itself. So we need not to attach it manually. It will be automatically attached to the account. Okay, so we have created it successfully. Now we just want a screen where we just will add one image over here. Okay, display image, and we'll just display a congratulation image like okay. And I have given its name as congratulations image. And I already have, so you just have your image to be as a static resource in your org. So I already have an image which is named as congrats. So I'm just adding it. So you can just upload any image, you can provide any name to that to static resources. And you just have to provide the name of that particular image here, over here. That's it. So when we'll execute it, it will just display us this image over on the screen. Now I just want to add some text over here, like you have successfully created account and contact records. Okay, now there is one more thing, which is, let's suppose you want to go to particular that account, whatever account you created, and you want to show that account details from here itself. So what you can do, you can attach a link, and link would be, it's a specific format, new account ID. So if you remember, I just created one variable which is called as new account ID. And this is a format you need to remember it, means slash, then this curly braces and exclamatory and the variable name. So this has to be provided. but okay, let me. So if I save it, it will not display anything. What I have to do, I have to select this and click on this and paste it, this one. So what is going to happen, if you see, it is showing us in the blue text, blue color text. So it is just like a hyperlink. So when I will execute this particular flow and I will reach this particular screen, so it will just open account details section for me, just to display the account details. And there we can see whether the contact is created or account is created successfully or not. Okay, so if you see, I haven't provided the API name, that's why it is giving me the error. So completion text. Okay, any name you can just provide it. Okay, still we have error. Okay, let me check it. Yeah, the screen header, I haven't provided the header name, that's why it is giving me error. So count and contact are created. Okay, so API name will take automatically, and now it is done successfully. I will just connect it with it. And the another is, if contact is already available, then also we have to just show that it's successful. So this is all about like screen flow, but there is only one thing is left, which is like fault. Let's suppose I am creating this I'm creating the account record here, and if any error comes in, so user will not able to proceed further, but he'll get some update, some error screen or something. But what we want to do is, we want to make a particular screen where we'll mention, okay, you got some error. Hmm, error screen, we'll just define its name as error screen, and we'll just display here text that there is some error. Okay, while creating account, there was an error. uh, we have sent an email to system admin, please with them to get more details. Okay, so this is a text we want to just display to the user, and you can just make the beautification of it, or you can just make it in the some specific color or something if you want. Okay, so, and if you want, you can just remove this also from here, show footer. So if you don't want to see any footer, so you just remove it. So it will not show any footer for you for to proceed further, because it's an error and you don't want to allow him to go previous or finish it. So you can just remove it and it will just show you the error. Okay, so okay, still there is an error because, yeah, error message. And we'll connect it with it. So by default, since the main connection is already there, so the default next connection will be fault. Okay, so any fault will happen, it will go to this screen and we'll save it. So we are done with the screen flow. Okay, since we have removed that, so it just giving us a warning message. So it's since it's a warning message, so you can just ignore it. And this is the all we have for now. But now after this one, we'll just try to debug it. So let's suppose if I go and check debug or run, you can either run it or debug it. So it will just open a screen for you. Okay. So it will ask you whether you want to run the latest version or the old version. If you want to test old version, you can do that also. Okay, let me give like MV phone number, any number you can provide here, and rating you can just give a warm. And first name is like Ankush one, and then test@test.com, and I will just click on the next. So you have successfully created an account and contact records. Okay, and here you can see the debug details also. So on the screen section, you can see like what are all the, like for phone number, you have provided this value. For rating, you have selected like warm. So for contact, you have provided Ankush Agarwal. All these details are there. Then for get records, it is checking whether there is already a company with the name MV is there or not. And then it is taking the decision. Okay, so default outcome means it's already available. So that's why it just did the assignment. This new account ID is assigned to this. And then it went to the contact records. So for contact, it created successfully. Okay, sorry, it just successfully found the record. Okay. So just let me click on this, and it will just open a detailed page of account for you. Oh, okay, so MWay account is already there, and it just have two contacts here. Okay. Okay, for some reason it haven't created the contact for us. Get contact ID 03. Okay. Okay, so for some reason here it is not contact from get contact ID is null true. Okay, this one is correct. First name, last name. Okay, so I need to check why the contact is not created for us. Contact is not available. Okay, outcome condition is not. Okay, I got it. The reason behind it is actually if I go into contact and if I see, yeah, this record was already available. So what I will do, I'll just remove it. And otherwise we can just try with any new details. So because that contact was already available there, so that's why it didn't create it for us. Otherwise, it will just create a contact and it will attach it to your account. Okay, so if anyone has any queries or anything. Hello. Hello, Vishal or Sagar, are you available?
Yeah, Ankush, we are available. So,
Okay.
Sumant, you can put up your question in the chat window, or if you are not comfortable, you can ask your question in the Excel sheet which we have provided in the chat window. Means if you are unable to ask your question in the meanwhile of the session, you are more comfortable to share your question in the Excel sheet, which we have given the link. The link would be available to complete the session series. Means it is available for uh, to the all the series. Means in flow series, you can ask all your question in the Excel sheet. So whenever the Ankush gets the time, he will be able to answer it. So Ankush, Suman,
Yeah.
here's the question we have. How's the
Okay.
transaction maintained? Let's say contact
Mm-hmm.
insertion fails. Does the
Mm-hmm.
account also gets rolled back?
No, no, this is not means it. We have to handle it on the fault, like whether if it's a fault is there, and if currently I just added fault on this account, but similar way we can add a fault over here, and we have to do that operation on our own. That if contact is not created, we have to remove the account as well. But yeah, till this point contact is already created, so yeah, it cannot be rolled back.
Okay. And
Yeah.
flows run in system context or user context?
So by default, actually, it runs in the system context, but on this show advanced button, you can see here. So you can mention it whether it should be in the user context or the system context, or even in the system context, you want it to be with sharing or without sharing. So you can define it over here, but I need to check because like there are 5 different type of flows. So the screen flow generally runs in the user context,
Okay.
but
Yeah, thanks.
I'll
Thanks.
just confirm this one more time.
Yeah, no worries. You can give your answer in the next question, next session
Yeah,
also. Okay.
sure,
And
sure.
other question is, does it overpass validation rule?
Yeah, so let's suppose if I have some validation rule on the contact, then it will just give an error because here we are not handling the validation rule over here. Either we have to do it manually, or otherwise what will happen? It will just go into fault section and it will just show you the error screen that there is some error, and it will just stop it here itself. It will not go further, or it will not perform any operation. And yeah, validation rules will be applied for them, so it will definitely stop you from going further.
Okay.
Hmm.
And other question I think which we got is, we can pull from documents in Salesforce also then write images from doc. I think this is a question.
Actually, currently, I haven't explored that part, but here, if you see the Hive text, so it is mentioned as it should be in the static resource in your org. So, but I haven't verified whether we can use it from the docs as well or not. Yeah, so that I need to check.
Okay. And can we only use image from static resource?
Yeah, so
What's
again, the same, like I need to check on that, whether we can use it from other like Salesforce files or other places as well, or it will be always the static resource.
okay? And the create record trigger bypass the validation rule or not?
No, no, never, never. Every time validation rule will be applied. So if any error comes in or validation rule is not fulfilled, it will give an error.
Okay.
Let me show you. Give me a
Yeah, yeah.
minute.
If you can show this thing in, yeah, that would
Sure,
be
sure.
great.
Yeah, sure. I can. I can. Just give me a second. So for account, I have added the fault. So we can go onto the account and see the validation rules. Okay, validation rule is there. Okay, yeah, we have already a validation rule. Last time it didn't apply it because we were not having any. Uh, it didn't created any account. It used the existing one. Okay, so let me run it again. I will create a new test account. Okay. Okay, test. Okay, if I click on the next. While creating account, there was an error. We have sent an email to system admin. Please connect with them to get more details. Okay. So see, I received this email also. Okay, so here it will show me all the details. And if I go to the bottom, fail to create record, and it will in the error, it is mentioned this error occurred when the flow tried to create records because field custom validation exception that account number cannot be blank. Okay, so as and when you try to create any record and there is validation rule which is not fulfilled because we haven't updated any account number, we don't have account number on our screen. So that's why it is just giving us an error and it just stopped over here with this new screen. Okay. So I hope this is clear, like when there will be any validation exception. Otherwise, what will happen? It will give some abrupt error to the. So that's why we just created this error screen, and we are just showing meaningful information over here. Okay.
Yeah. Just to
Okay. Any other question?
yeah, the other question we have in create record component for email phone, why we need to select value?
Yeah, because actually this is predefined variable by the Salesforce, and it have multiple attributes, you can say. So that's why value contains like its value, and other attributes may have different information. So if you want to get a specific value, so that's why we just have to select the value attribute.
Okay. And where does it fall in order of execution, specifically for the flow that runs on DML of record? Does it re-invoke flow?
No, actually, this particular flow is screen flow. So screen flow, just like normal your Visual Force page or Lightning component. So it doesn't have any specific sequence in the order of execution. But yeah, we as I mentioned, like we have different flow types. So if you talk about record trigger flow, so it have its own specific number in the order of execution. So if we talk about before trigger, which we'll talk in the next session when we cover that triggered flow. So before trigger, it will be executed very in the very beginning at the third or fourth position. Just after the validation rules, it will be executed even before the triggers also. And that the triggered flow have their own features which I'll explain in the next session. But yeah, for screen flow, there is no specific order, because if you go by the order of execution, so it will be on the back end. And back end is like if you are adding a record or updating a record. But on screen flow, we are just fetching the information, like we are just getting the information from the user. And then on the back end, it is storing. So backend, when it will go to create a record, obviously it will just follow the order of execution. So if you want, in the next session, I will share the order of execution uh, help article as well, where you can just see all the sequence, like after which sequence. But yeah, for screen flow, there is no specific order.
Okay. Other question which we have is for fault platform event recording can be done using another flow or subflow.
Uh, Sorry, I didn't get it. Means
Yeah.
recording means
Yeah. The question is for fault platform event recording can be done using another flow or subflow.
Recording means like how the flow is executing. Is it like the flow details
Yeah, the question is that if we need to keep a track of errors in
hmm.
respect of that.
Yeah. So what we can do in the next session, I'll add that one. So what we can do, we can create a custom object where we can store all the flow errors. So if you see here, like this error details, what error occurred. So this particular message or which component this particular error happened. So all those details we can store it into a custom object, and later we can just validate it. So we'll cover that part. For now, just we have displayed an error message, but next time we'll store it into a particular custom object with all the required details. So whenever like any admin or any developer will go to that custom object, they will just directly go to that specific component. Okay, create account is creating an issue, and with the details also, like why this get failed. So in our case, it failed because of the custom validation rule. So they will just try to figure out and they'll just fix it. So yeah, we can do that, and we'll just cover it in our next session.
Yeah, thanks Ankush for all the questions answers. So
Mhm.
guys, we are running out of time now. So if you have any questions that won't be answered in till that time, you can ask your question in the Excel sheet which we have given the link in the chat window. So you feel free to put up your question in the Excel sheet, and we are more than happy to answer all the questions. So we are running out of time. So
Okay.
Ankush, can we go ahead with the
Mhm.
assignment task?
Yeah, sure. Actually, so we have, I created one fuel station schema. So it is having like customers in it, transactions, like we can add transactions, we can add customers. Then there is a premier rule which we'll use in the future sessions. And then fuel. So fuel is like we have petrol, we have diesel. So you just have to add some data in it, like for sample data like petrol or diesel or CNG. You can add any number of records in it, and just price with like what is the price of that particular fuel. And just to complete this assignment, first means you can create a new dev org. So this is a link for that. And this is the link for installing the fuel station package in your org. So if you want, I can just give you a quick demo for that. So what you have to do, I'm just selecting this. I'm just creating a new org. Yeah, meanwhile, you also can just do a sign up, or if you want, I can just share this link with you. Okay, let me.
Sorry to interrupt you, Ankush. Those
Mhm.
who are looking to get the assignment slide, so we would suggest you to you can take a screenshot of that slide, and after
Mhm.
that would be able to work on that.
Okay. Or otherwise, if they want, we can share this PPT as well with them, because yeah, it have like schema with it and assignment sample screen for you. So you just have to get the customer details over here, like date of birth, age, email, phone number, and then what is the vehicle type, and like fuel name, which is a lookup field. So you just have to do some explore on this part. So it's a lookup on the fuel table, and then transaction date and quantity. And then when you finish it, it will just store the customer detail and transaction detail on the back end in these
So,
two tables,
Ankush,
customer and transaction. Yeah.
so we have the another slide to for the assignment task, or this is the combined slide.
Yeah, it is inside this only actually. So if you want, I can create a new slide, and I'll just actually we have like three slides. One is for assignment, like what is the sample screen. then this schema for their understanding, so they can get more understanding on it, and the steps, like what steps need to be followed. Like first, you have to sign up with the new network, then change the password, note down the username password, and install this app.
So if you can create a slide, means a
Mhm,
PPT for these all three
mhm,
slides,
mhm.
then would be great for us.
Sure,
And you
sure.
can share the link in the chat window. So I would suggest
Mhm,
you can stop sharing your screen, and
mhm.
in 2 or 3 minutes you can create the slide, right?
Okay.
You can
Yeah,
create the
sure.
PPT, and we can
Mhm.
share the link in the chat window so that everybody is good with us.
Okay, sure, sure. I can do that. No problem. Okay, just give me a few minutes.
So those who are looking for the recordings, the thing is that recording will be shared soon, but at that time we are unable to give you answer that when we are uploading the recording of the series session. Means this is an assignment series, so we are looking for more hands-on work. So we will upload the YouTube video as soon as possible, but we won't be able to commit on that right now.
Okay, so I have like I created the new this one. So if you want, I can share it.
Yeah, only the 3 slides, right?
Yeah, yeah,
You can
yeah.
create a PPT of these 3 slides.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that the attendees can take a benefit from that, because whenever they try to take a screenshot, they might be miss the step by step. So if they get
Mm-hmm.
the slides in proper order, they can take benefit from that. And yeah, is there any deadline for submitting tasks? So yeah, we have the deadline, means you can submit the task before the second session, but we would suggest that, if, as we have mentioned in the rule, in the form, that as soon as you need to submit the assignment, as as when you submit the assignment, higher you with the point. So you need to submit your assignment as soon as possible with the accurate information. Means as accurate, as more you points will you get. So you need to submit the assignment as soon as possible. Yeah, but the deadline is that we don't have the deadline till now, because we are mainly focusing on the assignment or hands-on purposes. So you can take hands-on benefit from that series, from the series.
Okay, so Vishal, I just shared that slide in the group chat.
Yeah, Ankush, I can see that. So those who are facing any problem in downloading the PPT or opening in that, just let us know, or else I think we are good to wrap up the session. And if anybody is facing any issue in kind of opening and filling us and submitting the document, submitting the forms, we have provided you the link in the chat window. So if you are facing any issue, just let us know. So Sumant is saying that I don't see the PPT, didn't see the PPT. So Ankush, can you please
Mm-hmm.
put it again in the chat window?
Sure, sure, sure.
I think they missed that.
No problem. I can just share it again. So actually, I created, I think they are not able to see it. So, Vishal, can we send it through email if possible?
Yeah, Ankush, the problem with that email is that
Mhm.
uh, those who have RSVP'd but haven't joined the session.
Okay, okay. They will
So
also receive it.
yeah, the thing is that.
Okay. Can you just try one more time on your system whether you are able to save it or not? Or otherwise, what I can do, I can just share the screenshots in the chat itself.
No, no worries, Ankush. What we can do is we can share it across once the registration is done from everyone. So, guys, I urge everyone to go ahead and register themselves in the event registration link, right? As soon as you do that to us, then we will be able to, send the DPPT back to you, right? With all the credential, the other set of details with that.
Y-
What I can do is, I will just add a event link, that event ID, so which you have might have received during the RSVP of the RSVP of this session. So you can add the RSVP ID there, right? As soon as you do that, we will have your email ID with the RSVP, and we will be sending you the detail. I hope that is fine, right?
Yes, Sagar, we can do that. So those who got the form link, just please fill the form as soon as possible. And when we get all the details, we can send the email to each and everyone.
Right. And guys, please do only enter the RSVP ID of the session one, which is this one. And those who have already submitted the responses for the event registration, guys, you can please do it once again. We will be just clearing out everything from the back end. I hope that is fine, guys.
Yeah,
It's a second.
Anish is asking for where to enter RSVP. Anish, when you have RSVP'd for the session, you got the confirmation email from the Trailblazer community that the RSVP ID starts from SDCE. So you got the SDCE ID, right? This is the RSVP ID that you have registered for that event.
Right.
And Sagar, just a minute, I am stop recording.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that.